Greetings to you from wherever you're watching us. Thanks for joining us on the Friday edition of the show. Miami Adebayo. Tonight on the show, we will be talking about the senior women's basketball team of Nigeria, the Tigress, making us proud right there in Cote d'Ivoire. We will also still continue to bask in the euphoria of the victory of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. We'll talk about them as we go on the show. We will talk about the African Nations Championship as the Super Eagles Team B begin their quest to win the title for the first time. We've gone as far as the final, but we have not won the tournament. Then, of course, we'll travel abroad, take you into what is happening in preseason. The clubs are playing matches. What is happening in all of those matches? We'll talk about all of that, all for you on the show tonight. Well, it's a two-man show. My colleague, Austin Okonakman, is suited and ready as we go along on this ride.
What greetings to you wherever you are in the world watching us. In London, I'm Austin Okonakman. Thank God it's Friday. So much going on in our world of sports. And interestingly, in the last 2 months, the women, they've said we will not stop talking about them. And they're giving us beautiful reasons to keep talking about them, from the Super Falcons to the D-Tigress. The D-Tigress, I don't understand. Like, they've got fire burning in them, and no team in Africa seems to be able to quench it. But they've got Senegal on Saturday. What can they do with that after that blowout result? We're talking about it on the show last night. And what sort of result are we going to see against Cameroon? They say, Austin, no problem. We've not been beaten since October 2015. Can you believe that? Now they've taken that, they've improved that record to 27 games. I can go on and on, with these ladies. Let me let you bring in our guest in the Lagos studio, and then we'll bring in a legend of women's basketball in Nigeria to have that AfroBasket conversation with us.
All right, I'll do just that. Babajide Reva joins us on the show tonight. Greetings, Babajide. Thanks for finding time to be with us this lovely Friday evening.
Yeah, thank you. Good to be back also in Nigeria. I was away. I went for the Club World Cup. Maybe Chelsea won, even though I didn't want them to win. But it's fine. Good to be back. So much happening. Kudos to the ladies. I think I should clap for them. You just know you need to be so proud. I saw the Super Falcons, and then Charlie, even at halftime, it was almost over, and then they turned things around to give us the victory. So it's a beautiful one. And now we have the AfroBasket. Fantastic team. Rena Wakama doing fantastic for the team. I hope they can keep up with that momentum. Austin said it now, 27 games unbeaten. We are 10 years, they've not beaten us on the continent. That's amazing. And I hope they can just get to the point and then bring back the trophy.
All right. That's what we hope to see, whether or not they're winning for the 5th consecutive time. All right. Let me pass the baton to Austin as we begin this conversation. We hope it's going to be a robust one around basketball. A legend is waiting in the wings, but let me allow Austin to do the honors.
Yeah, let's get into it quickly. If you drop me the ball this night, I'm in so much in the spirit. I will dunk if you throw me a basketball. Let's bring in former D-Tigress captain Umfano Doka. We bring legends on this show. Good evening, legend. Welcome to Sports Tonight.
Hello. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm awesome. Fantastic. Let me tell the viewers what I was saying to you backstage. The only time we get to talk is this D-Tigress creating exploits. So I'll just keep praying for them to, keep doing things that will make me speak to the legend. You're right there in Abidjan. I look at this team. It's so complete. Is it one team you would have loved to play for?
Absolutely. From position 1 through 12, they're solid. A lot of teams are not that fortunate to have 12 that can contribute, but they're good from top to bottom.
Fantastic. Let's start with that game, from that game against Rwanda. I said no problem. And then Mozambique tested them. And then they told Cameroon, shut up. We knew what we were doing. It's Senegal on Saturday on fun. Have you got any concerns for this team?
I mean, I wouldn't say concerns, and I would say they've been there a million times already. We play Senegal all the time. It's the usual teams in the top, and it's a rivalry, and we've beaten them a lot. So you don't want to get complacent, but I think everybody knows what to expect and what everything means at this point.
And it's just about the general quality. The first game I was talking about Victoria and how she performed. And then the next game I was against Mozambique, I was talking about how the teams came around, their thing. The game against Cameroon, Amy Okonkwo said, look, I'm part of this. I can get you talking. Is it the all-round quality in this team that is making them give us the sort of results we've been seeing?
Yeah, like I said, from 1 through 12, everybody comes in and contributes. And I don't know, there's a saying with the Houston Rockets, the team my brother coaches, and they say it's either sometimes you, always us, something like that. Sometimes you, sometimes me, but always us. And that's kind of what you could say for this team. It's not going to be someone's night every night, but there's going to be someone else that can step up. And that's the beauty of this team and the beauty of having depth and talent, that it might be someone's night every night, a different night, but everybody is still going to contribute to win.
Awesome. Yami's in Lagos. I want it over to him now.
All right. Okay, I'll just go across the screen and just quickly read out some information. Then I'll come speak to the legend. A lot of our viewers will be wondering what were the quarterfinal results, semifinal appearance. I'll go across in a bit to let our viewers in on that, so you understand where we're coming from. I asked Austin if it was going to be a blowout victory. He didn't want to say, but that's what it turned out to be. Nigeria defeated Cameroon 83 points to 47. And of course, was a close one between Uganda and South Sudan. South Sudan nicking that by just a point. Mali and Mozambique, the Malians got that one. And of course, Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal. Not really a high scoring game because it wasn't a blowout. It was very, very close. And Senegal nicked that. Now, this is the business end. Senegal will take on Nigeria, 7 p.m. tomorrow. That's when the game will be played. And of course, second semifinal, Mali up against South Sudan. So these are the things that's going to happen tomorrow. But let me get Babajide talking before I go to the legend. My question to you will be, we're so calm about our expectations in spite of whatever surrounds these ladies. Do you think this time will be different?
Okay, so for me, the game against Senegal tomorrow will be, I think it will be explosive. Of course, we know the Senegalese, they are also a very good team. But I think we need to do more, because now this is actually the business end. And for me, I think that is actually the final before the final, because the two best teams on the continent are playing. But we need to give kudos to the coach. Rena Wakama has been able to keep the girls together, Ezine, Amy Okonkwo, and all that. So now I feel these girls know each other, and they just need to take the games to the Senegalese, and hopefully we win. The Senegal team very compact, very strong, and they are very good in the defense. So it will be a very tough one. But I feel we have an edge, and then we should make it tomorrow.
All right. Okay, so let me just speak to the legend now. My question to you, as somebody who understands the inner workings of the team, I'm fascinated with this team. But there's a question, a lot of people attribute their success to what they've received, maybe in the United States, where some of them have played. But the question will be, these other African teams will play against half professionals. So it has to be more than the fact that they were trained in the US or whatever. What else makes them seem like no one else is on their level?
Well, I think, where we were taught basketball has a lot to do with it. And we started at an earlier age, but there's just an innate toughness in Nigerians that is not in a lot of other people.
Okay, we seem to Okay,
Yeah.
she's back with us.
We'll get back to her. She just needs to sort out some technical issues. We'll get back to Mfonudoka. Let's listen to Coach Rena Wakama and Elizabeth Balogun. They've been speaking right after that win against Cameroon.
It was a good game. Credit to Cameroon. In the first half, they refused to go away. So the message in the second, going at halftime, was we must come out in the third quarter and be dominant. Mm-hmm. We must do that. And my team responded 25-2 in the third quarter, and that was a game. Yeah. I'm very honest with my girls, very honest, and they know that I can be real with them. And I was like, hey. In the second quarter, the last 3 minutes of the second quarter, they scored 10 points. And that was unacceptable. Okay, so the message was, hey, we come out, we need to dominate the third quarter. And my starters did a phenomenal job of setting the tone. And after that, it was a trickle effect down to the rest of the players that played in the third quarter. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game. Obviously, it may be emotional for some, but us is basketball. We know exactly what we're on a mission for, and we're not going to let the name on the front of the jersey change our mission or why we're here. So it's going to be a great game, very physical, very emotional probably as well.
We always try to make a statement every first 5 minutes. It's just it's a way of playing. This is what we know how to play. This is Nigerian basketball. We've been starting very slow. We needed to start strong, hard. So I had to send the tempo, but yeah. Play Nigerian basketball. The only basketball we know how to play. Aggressive, tough, physical, Nigerian basketball. That's all we need to play, and we'll have a great chance to win.
So that's it. Beaming with confidence. I'm sure the legend is back on phone. You listen to Coach Rena and Elizabeth. Let's forget about the issues, I'm just scared of the show. They are pumped up. I love the confidence. It's like no problem against Senegal.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, there's just a toughness that we have. And like Elizabeth said, it's Nigerian basketball. It's tough, physical, aggressive. I don't think there's anything that we don't know about each other at this point between Senegal and Nigeria. We've seen each other so many times. But the mission is the same at the end of the day. And it's to play hard and be tougher and more physical and win the game. And I think we have the upper hand in that, and we have the experience, and it's going to be a great game regardless.
Yeah. Yemi?
Yeah. So what are your expectations? You think we're going to, we shouldn't be talking about winning without first winning the semifinals, but we can be forgiven if we're thinking like that. But do you have that optimism as well that we're going to scale all the hurdles to go all the way and win?
Yes, I do. Again, the experience that we've had for all this time is going to play in our favor. And then what doesn't really matter at this point in the tournament, everything is hard. So you don't expect an easy game ever. And Mali is good. South Sudan has made some noise out of nowhere, so they're going to have a battle too. But at the end of the day, you just have to worry about yourself and your team and do the things that you've done all this time to have 27 wins in a row, and don't deviate from that. Play really tough defense. I think you can rely on your defense at the end of the day if you're not great offensively. But again, the mission is the same. We won 27 games in a row. People are tired of us winning. They're saying, can you just give us one? But just know that you've got a target on your back, and I know they'll be prepared.
All right.
I know.
Okay.
Before we let you go, there's no way we won't try to put in administration in there. Basketball administration has been a major talking point. And for it's difficult for me to just accept that it's just talent doing this, but is that the case?
Well, I'll say this. You always have to have talent to win. The players are the product. The players are the ones that, at the end of the day, do what they do. Coaching is important as well. The coach can only do so much, but at the end of the day, the players have to go out there and execute. Administratively, I'm not really going to comment. I think everybody knows what's going on in Nigeria, and I don't really want to bring that negativity into this conversation. But everybody knows what's going on, and everybody knows that it needs to be better and it needs to change. And I will say, if you want to look at an example, look at Luol Deng from South Sudan and what they've been able to do in such a short amount of time. And that just shows you, if you have the right person or people in charge, the sky is the limit, because we have the talent.
I agree. Totally agree. For how about we'll bring you back when we win the title for a record 5th time? We bring you back on the show then, right?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Mfonu Udoka, former D Tigress captain, absolute MVP in her days. And I'm sure if I give Mfonu basketball now, she'll do magic with it. Thank you so much. Always a delight.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get on with the show. Babajide, you listen to the legend. Do you have anything to add? Do you have any concern? You think Senegal will be a problem in any way for the D Tigress?
Okay, so of course the legend has been there. She has seen it all. She played in the competition. Of course, she also has the title. So I wanted to ask her, now that we will likely win this tournament, and then what will she want to tell the president? Because we saw how the Falcons were received, and then because we need to, if we say we want to begin to grow other sports in the country, this is how we need to begin to treat these girls. So we need to do it across board. It's not that the girls will win it then. So this is also a message to the Sports Commission. They need to understand that now what is good for we need to just celebrate these ladies as well. So thank you so much, legend.
All right, spread the love. That's the message from Babajide Oreva. All right, talking about basketball, still talk about the AfroBasket, but in another dimension. I'll just turn my back to the screen, and you will see the teams, the countries you have here have qualified for the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifiers. These teams, these 4 teams, Nigeria, Senegal, Mali, and South Sudan, have already sealed a slot in that qualifiers. So we'll see what happens. But of course, we have the little matter of the AfroBasket to sort out first. Then we'll deal with this one. All right, let's listen. I mean, 2 sides to a coin. The Nigerian coach, Rene Wakama, was very happy. But the person on the opposite side, the coach on the losing side, wasn't really as excited, but has a few words to say.
At the end of the first quarter, we was already dead. At the end of the third quarter, and we give everything to try to stay on the game until the halftime. But after that, on the third quarter, we was completely. I was afraid when I was speaking on the locker room. I was looking at the faces of some players, and I saw that they was really tired. So I cannot blame them, because they give all they was able to give today. So it's like this. It's unfortunately it's hard for me. It's a tough loss, but it's like this.
All right, it's a tough loss. They gave their best. Simply put, the Nigerian girls were just too good. All right. Okay, so we need to go out of break right about now. When we return from that break, we will switch gears, go to football, and talk about all the other things happening in your fast-paced, money-spinning, and also rewarding water sports. Welcome back. Well, what you have behind me is an official confirmation, just in case you don't know. It's just 1 day to the African Nations Championship, the biennial tournament that showcases players playing in the domestic leagues of their country. And it's just 1 day to go. It's going to be hosted by 3 countries, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. And speaking of the African Nations Championship, I mean, the clip you're about to see just shows you the unveiling of the trophy. It's going to be hosted by 3 countries, like I said, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. And of course, the three legends there are the ones that have been used as the face of the competition. Dennis Oyango from Uganda, Victor Wanyama from Kenya, among the three chosen by CAF for the unveiling of the trophy. Right. So a lot has been said about this tournament, and hopefully the Super Eagles will get to do well in the tournament. I mean, Austin, when you get to this point, it's safe to say it is on.
It is, I mean, and I can't wait for this to start because there's so much in it. By the way, shout out to the Confederation of African Football for putting some prominence into this. I love this unveiling. Bringing the legends into it to let us see the trophy the way they did. I like it. Tells you Patrice Motsepe and his team they won't stop marketing African football. It's beautiful. I like the trophy also. They are doing all they can to win me back because I tuned off right after they postponed this tournament. Because I thought it would have done magic if we had it in February. But hey, this is August, and finally it has come. Three host nations, particularly for the host nations. I'm going to call out Kenya. They must find a way to make sure that they sort out all of the infrastructure problems. Tanzania seem pumped up. Uganda seem ready. Let's see what will come out of this. I know Babajide or whatever is standing to really jump on this one, but let's listen to Eric Shell, a major conversation that comes out whenever we have a big tournament. Yes, I'm gonna call this big because I like everything that I said about this. So we'll see if Nigeria is really ready. But Eric Shell first is defending the selection of players, and that's big deal whenever Nigeria is going for a major tournament. Let's listen to him.
Who won the league last season first? Because if you see Morocco, for example, a lot of player is Raja or Widad. If you watch Angola, a lot of players come to the best team. If you see South Africa, and not about the local player, not about the Shan, I talk about the Afghan. So in this team of South Africa, there is 8 players of one team. This is not a question about because my assistant coach is the coach of Remo Star. No. My only thinking is I have a philosophy and I want to keep the ball and I want to have the ball. And I want when we don't have the ball, I want that we make a high pressure on the opponent. So I need to bring some player who can play with my philosophy. So I told you there is lot of good player, but the reality, for me, this is my job. This is my job, and if I put a player who play, and my game project is game with directly game, it's not possible. So this is why I need to put some player who can deserve by their game and because my choice of my philosophy. And after that, it's my job to create something with this player.
Head coach Eric Shell defending Nigeria's selection, the team selection for the African Nations Championship. It's going to kick off tomorrow. Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania will be hosting. Babajide, you listen to Coach Shell, and it's been a major conversation. Oh, too many players from Remo Stars. Oh, who is in charge of the team? Were you convinced after listening to Coach Shell talk about the selection of the team?
Okay, yeah. So I saw the list. I think Shell will be not worried anyway, but he will need to be careful. He will be anxious now because I know how we behave in Nigeria. Even though he's not supposed to be the actual coach to take them, but I can tell you results could have a repercussion in is because by the time the balls of this the CHAN comes up, when we get to possibly semi-final, quarterfinal, and then by the time Nigerians begin to see possibly his tactics. You see the friendly they played yesterday, it was 2 goals ahead and then it dropped the points. Nigerians will not want to understand some of these things. But I hope we will actually go well and possibly this time around bring the trophy back home. But I need to commend CAF. Honestly, it's a lot marketing football in Africa, and I like the fact that now it's spread around the East Africa. You see, I know they are doing lots of things. Trophy starts today around the 3 countries, just to make sure that the fans in those countries actually see it, just to make sure that yes, please come to the stadium. And then you want to understand it's a lot of effort, lots of strategy. I hope for a beautiful tournament, and I want to see celebration of African football.
Yeah.
All right. So since it's just a day to go, we're going to show you the fixtures for tomorrow and of course Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. So let's start with the fixtures in Group B. Tanzania will take on Burkina Faso. 6 p.m. is when that game will be played. And on Sunday you have Madagascar up against Mauritania. This game's very tough to call because, I mean, you don't know who's going to play unless you follow the domestic leagues. Congo will take on Sudan. Then, of course, Senegal will take on Nigeria. Of particular interest to us is that game on Tuesday between Senegal and Nigeria, 6 p.m. on Tuesday. The fixtures in Group D. It's going to be interesting to see. But Babajide, let me just quickly ask you this. The coach, in his response, defended his choice of players from Remo Stars, and he explained that he had nothing to do with the fact that his assistant coaches that team. So do you think the spotlight will be on those players included? Because a lot of people will also argue that those players were actually included on merit. And of course, if you've seen how Remo Stars play, it should justify that. But do you see that becoming an issue?
I don't know. Honestly, our local football could be dicey. Of course, in 2018, we were defeated 4-0 in the final by Morocco. So I just want to enjoy it. But I just hope this will not be a yardstick in measuring Chelsea's performance, because I know how we can be decisive in Nigeria, especially when the tournament begins to grow and then they begin to say the boys, whether I like it or not, no more excuse. You now need to, it's your team, you selected it. Nobody will want to listen to those excuses. He has taken Obaje, he has taken even Jabber from Remo Stars, Sikuru Alimi. All these guys are fantastic, and that's also fantastic for Remo Stars. I only hope they can translate this now into the continent, and then possibly I won't want them to just go to the tournament and just be regular. No. You need to actually show that this is Nigeria.
All right. Also, before we leave this matter altogether, Babajide threw up something that is very interesting, and is our attitude as Nigerians. The performance in this tournament, whether or not Chel likes it, is going to reflect on our perception of his abilities. But should it be so?
It should be. I mean, our football is in a state of emergency. Let nobody act like everything is fine. And that was where I was going last night, when I asked Promise Efoge, the media officer of the Super Eagles, that what's Eric Shell's role in this team? Because I go back to the contract that says that is to operate in a supervisory role. Now, there's Fidelis Ilechukwu, there's Daniel Ogumbadele, who knows this team so well. I would have preferred Shell to just watch, give guidance, and watch, because I know my countrymen and how they treat their football. There's a crucial September ahead of us. If you don't do well now, the negative publicity will not be good for September. I mean, look, it is what it is. At every level, when the Super Eagles are competing, their fans want them to win. Not for anything, but the fact that we've been coming through a very terrible last 5 years, and things seem to be shaping up now. We've brought this guy topsy-turvy, yes, but out of 3, he has shown that he can, get the results we want. Now we have said save your best for the last. Let's say the verdict from the Court of Arbitration for Sport goes our way for South Africa fielding an ineligible player, and we get that advantage. We don't want stories. You go to the CHAN now, and then something just goes wrong. You know how this thing is. And there's a way this thing can affect psychologically, and mental health is also very important. So I would have loved him to just, stay in that supervisory position. You're the boss. We know that, but now he's saying the same thing, the pressing game, the game project. This is the same language he uses for the Super Eagles. You hear me? So this is very crucial. It's important that he knows that he has a bigger assignment in September to qualify Nigeria for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. If we don't, it means we are missing the World Cup back to back. It won't be funny.
It will be funny at all. I hope it doesn't happen. Even listening to you saying it, it's not going to be funny. But let's move on. We have to. Let's move on the show. Still in the celebratory mood, still basking in the euphoria of the 10th WAFCON title of the Super Falcons. Let's quickly go to Adamawa State, where honor and rewards flowing everywhere, and this time is coming to the coach of the team, Justin Madugu. Of course, governor of Adamawa State, Sumaru Fintiri, has honored the coach with 3-bedroom bungalow and a cash reward of 50 million naira, following his role in leading the Nigerian women's senior national team to victory at the 2025 Women's African Cup of Nations held in Morocco. Let's allow you listen in and, of course, take some reactions. We'll come back to talk some more.
To appreciate the effort you are also doing, especially toward the education, so that people like this can come up in Adamawa State and we will be proud of them. Yes, sir. You have pilot schools in Adamawa State. It's a sign that, yes, we want something like this to come out in Adamawa State. And I'm happy that it happened when you are on this seat, because actually this credit goes to you.
We really cannot thank you enough for the revival of sports in Adamawa State. Across the board, you have been very supportive in different sports, different competitions. That has given a leeway to our youth in Adamawa State. We have a lot of programs that we intend doing that will develop and promote, particularly the women participation in sports. Religious factors, cultural factors are hindering a lot of our women from participating in sports. But there is nothing in religion that says you cannot do sports. There is nothing culturally that says you cannot do sports. A lot of the young girls and ladies from the South, through their participation in sports, they support their families, they support their communities, they do a lot to transform the lives of others.
One of the golden sons from Adamawa that has gone and made Nigeria proud by bringing the women champion to our country for the 10th time. When I saw that Madugu was appointed, I never doubted it at any time. We know the talent that God has endowed you with. You can still give more to our country because we're in need. but use a little of it to also come back home and work with our local coach so that we can nurture some of the young talents we have, and they can now be feeding the country in a way that they will also add to the history of Nigeria.
We cherish what you have done to this country by partly also giving you a 3-bedroom flat. And a sum of 50 million naira.
All right. Of course, rewards coming the way of Coach Justin Madugu. I mean, of course, Babajide is here with me. I didn't want to go in this direction, but let me ask you, trying to get it. A lot of people are beginning to say, oh, it's an overkill, talking about the rewards coming the way of the coaching crew and the players. Do you think it's an overkill?
For me, no. I think this is how to celebrate your heroes, and then you do it for them. We know the stories of Nigeria, several decades of promises. Now you see they are rewarding them right now, and then let's celebrate it. I'm trying to imagine.
And the moment is big.
And then I think it's actually because they are females. I can tell if it was the male team that won, nobody would. And then I understand maybe because of the situation in the country at the moment, but we need to celebrate this team, right? And I think the president has done well in this regard to actually let people know that success yields reward, and then you reward success. And we could see it. You saw the players, you see the coach going back to your hometown, and then the governor is welcoming you. This will also tell them in the citizens of that state that, yes, why not? If I achieve this for this state, why not? I'm getting this and that.
All right. Okay, all right. So I think we can let the matter rest for now. The consensus opinion, it is not an overkill. I'm very sure Austin agrees with that as well.
Yeah. I mean, people believe, that it is. Some like my colleague Cecilia Morgwe say that it's looking like it's the first time win. This is a big win. Winning the WAFCON for a record 10th time is no joke. And I like the way we're celebrating it. I particularly like this Justin Madugu zone. Shout out to Adamawa State for what they did, because most of the time it's just the players we celebrate, and everyone forgets the coach. But if you have not done well, that's when they will remind us, oh, you see now that we don't have a foreign coach. We are not winning. Oh, this is an indigenous coach, so he's not good. So I like it. And Justin Madugu grew during the WAFCON. Check his understanding of the game right after we defeated Zambia. There's something happened. Victory is powerful, yeah. I mean, something happened. Even the way he communicated during the pressers, he was now in charge of the team. Let's get on with the show. I feel so inspired with this Super Falcons victory, and I hope that everyone can feel what they are feeling, what it means to go out there and put a tag on your project, and then you achieve it. It's phenomenal.
All right, let me just pass the baton to you, because it's happening at your end. A lot of celebration online from Tottenham fans. I don't know, just a game. But to the Tottenham fans, it's not just a game, because the victory is coming over.
It's not.
It's coming over Arsenal.
Any football game between Arsenal and Tottenham, Arsenal and Chelsea, Arsenal and Manchester United, it cannot just be a football game. No way. Even if you use if you say, okay, it's a mixture of the reserves and the main players, it will still generate bans. And Tottenham fans, I live just 20 minutes from White Hart Lane. They are not playing with these victories like they won the Europa League title again over Arsenal. So they will use it, and it's a good way. It's what I said about momentum, and it's in the media, and everyone is talking about it. There's no way it's not going to, push Tottenham as a team. They didn't like the way they finished the league last season, but they got a trophy, and Postecoglou had to, suffer for that miserable run in the league. But now they've started well by beating Arsenal, because it's a big deal. Let's listen to the coaches. They've been talking right after that friendly game in Hong Kong.
Unbelievable goal. Fantastic, well taken. All the credit to Pape. He's impressed me. I must admit, he's been really good in last 4 weeks. It was not a friendly. It felt like a competitive match. I think if you saw it was competitive. If you played in, it was very competitive. But some of the bits we've been working hard on is combination of the defensive organization. So high pressure, middle and low. So there's clear principles, but also that desire to keep a clean sheet, because that makes you have a big opportunity for winning football matches. I think he was really good today. Kudos. I think his hold-up play and taking care of the ball, getting out of tricky situations, his one-on-one skills, creating opportunities for the team, I think was top class. And on top of that, I think he's working extremely hard.
I'm very pleased with what I've seen in most of the things that we've done. But we missed something, in certain moments. That preciseness, that moment that unlocks the result, the moment to turn the result away and with the match. But in terms of attitude, the desire, level of organization in the team, it was great, and we have to continue to elevate a little bit all the individual aspects. Well, really happy, obviously, to have them here. I think, they're gonna add a lot of value. You see straight away as well the energy and the quality that they're gonna bring. It was a short one. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's been really impressive what he's done again at his age, the way he has entered the matches and with that determination, that quality, that decisiveness, I would say. Well, I'm very positive. Everything that I've seen in the last 10 days gives me a lot of encouragement, and we are ahead of what I was expecting in many areas. Even though tonight's result leaves you a taste, that I think is going to be very positive.
Mikel Arteta and Thomas Frank right after that friendly game. I don't know how much time we've got, but Babajide, Mikel Arteta said there are definitely some lessons in it. You agree?
Yes, of course. Now that they've signed 6 players, hopefully, I just hope they can actually this time around just go the step further, and then. But of course, it's Arsenal.
All right.
Let's hope for a better Gunners.
Okay, all right. That's a good place to let it land. Also, you're right. We're out of time.
Unfortunately, I was thinking we'll talk about Diaz and his unveiling at Bayern Munich. That's what happens in our world of sports. It's fast-paced. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakman. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.
It's a wrap here in Lagos as well, but I want to thank Babajide Oreva for his time.
Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you.
All right, that's the show today. We hope you've enjoyed everything we brought to you. Enjoy your weekend. You see us again next week. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.